Sagittarius, Capricorn, and Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising. We also might have, no, we got Capricorn again. So, yeah, Sag, Cap, Pisces. It feels like you are carrying a huge burden right now. This feels work related, or this feels related to maybe a project or finances. There's a sense that you just feel so burdened, so overwhelmed with responsibility, and you're really close to closing out a cycle, but you're questioning if you have it in you. And there's this sense of endurance, but simultaneous doubt that you have what it takes to finish this chapter, to complete this project, to kind of move on to the next chapter, the next stage. I say this is work related. It doesn't have to be, but we have the Three of Pentacles coming up here. The previous card was the Ten of Wands. The Three of Pentacles is often about collaboration. So this could be related to some type of collaboration, to a project, to something work related where you're needing to collaborate with other folks. It does feel like there's a big financial component in this. So for most of you, this feels like your day job or your primary source of income or something related to what makes you money. Could be investments even. And it feels like there's some type of emotional hang up here, Eight of Cups reversed, where you know that there's something that needs to be left behind. Maybe this is like a state of mind or like an emotional state. It feels like there's something that has proven to not be fulfilling, yet you're hanging on to it because you can't really imagine your life without this. This could be a relationship. It could be this job that we're talking about, whatever this is. But it seems like there's a part of you that's almost hanging on to the fatigue and the overwhelm and the responsibility and duty because you are afraid that if you close out this chapter that you're going to lose something really significant to you. For some of you, this is a very specific message, but for some of you, this is like you've lost a loved one and there's a home that you invested in with them or like belongings that you have that remind you of this person and you're needing to let go of them and you know that, but there's a part of you that feels like you're going to lose that person if you actually let go of these items or this home or whatever it is that reminds you of them. I'm so sorry if that's the case for you. It feels really tender. So for some of you, there is the loss of a loved one and you sort of hanging on to the remnants of that person. For others of you, it could be like after a breakup, after an ending of some kind, and there's something material that you've invested yourself into that feels like it's the emotional sustenance of this relationship, and there's a fear of letting go. And so take whatever resonates for you, but I do feel like on the other side of some type of emotional release here, there's a lot of beauty. We have the Ace of Cups coming through, which is a sense of renewal, emotional renewal, hope, optimism, a feeling of connection to self, connection to others, a feeling of renewed self-love and self-care, and a sort of adoration and fulfillment that's available to you. But I get the sense, because we have this Queen of Pentacles reverse coming up here, that this could be related to an earth sign person. This is typically a Cap card, but it could be Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. And when the Queen of Cups shows, or Queen of Pentacles, but maybe Queen of Cups is relevant too, and that would be Cancer. When the Queen of Pentacles shows up in reverse, there's a sense of being ungrounded, of feeling insecure about our material world. Maybe it's housing insecurity, maybe it's job insecurity, financial insecurity. There's something that feels so disruptive, and this could be representing the energy that you're in, or maybe, again, a person that you've lost, or a relationship that has ended, or a relationship that maybe needs to end. And I would say, like, being tender with yourself as much as you can during this time is really important, because it does feel like you need to move at a pace that allows your nervous system to adjust to a new reality. I want to share something kind of personal that came up this morning. I pulled a daily card for myself and I got the Tower. And today is Tuesday as I'm recording this, and Tuesday is associated with Mars, the planet Mars, and the Tower is associated with Mars. So I kind of got like a double header message about the Tower. Like the Tower is the card of the day and the Tower is the card of my day. And I was like feeling into that energy today, and it brought up this metaphor for me about a volcano and how after this volcanic explosion occurs, the lava can like dry up and become this like ashen, caked on layer that sits above the fresh earth below it. And it's similar to a tower moment in that when something really disruptive happens in our life and when something breaks down, often there's this sort of ashen layer, this residue that ends up sitting on top of the new earth. And if we don't do something to shake it off, it just dries in place. And then this like old stuff keeps us encased. And it's hard for us to actually see the newness and the freshness that's below it. And so for me, I was reflecting back on a time period in my life that was really difficult where I experienced a lot of like tower moments one after the other. And I realized that I've grown so much since then, but I have this deep attachment to that old version of myself because I haven't yet shaken off that sort of ashen, volcanic lava layer that's dried around me, that's encasing this me in this old energy. So I feel like for some of you, literal shaking could be helpful. Literally moving your body, shaking your body to sort of shake off old energy and help you move through whatever release needs to happen. And going through an exercise of reflecting back on a period that was really disruptive for you and making a literal list of how much you have grown. For me, this time period was 2019/2020, really dark period of my life. And I made a side-by-side list of like in 2019, I blank, and then in 2023, I blank, to reflect on just how much I've evolved in these different phases of my life. Like in 2019, I really had no boundaries. And in 2023, I have strong boundaries. In 2019, my self-worth was pretty low. I gave a lot of myself and I did not see my value. I had really low standards in relationships. In 2023, I know my worth. I kind of, demand respect in relationships and let people go if they can't show me the respect that I need in order to feel safe and okay in a connection. And so maybe for you, some of those things resonate. And maybe for you, going through an exercise similar to that, where you do kind of like a compare and contrast then versus now, would be helpful and aid you in sort of releasing this old version of yourself that it feels like is ready to go. The Queen of Pentacles reverse can feel like she's sort of stuck in the past, can't quite make progress, maybe gets lethargic, maybe gets stuck in the mud. And I think that some movement, literal and metaphorical, would be really good for you right now. That's all I got. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can find all of the links in my link tree. I'm offering 2024 year ahead readings for a limited time just through the end of, through like December 20th. And then also offering a 12th house reading called The Portal that goes deep into ancestral healing, into the inherited patterns that you're ready to shake off. And maybe some of that is true for you guys too, that there's some ancestral healing and lineage stuff that's up for you. Both of those just through the end of this year. So check them out if you're interested. And please do follow if you haven't already. And if this was valuable for you, it makes a big difference. And I would love to see your names around more. All right. Love to you. Bye.